Hello po, magandang gabi po sa inyo mga homeschoolers. Kamusta na po kayo dyan? So I'm just gonna check the comments. Are you there? Well, anyway, always naman po, pag nagsa-start po kami, I always tell my disclaimer, which we're trying to tell here na meron po kami ditong mga information and contents na pinuproduce dito, but it doesn't mean na kailangan nyo po kaming gayahin. Hello, Del. Okay. So at the end of the day, our goal here is hopefully we could be a blessing to your decision-making process. So sobra po kaming excited sa ating topic today because I am excited personally because I have teenager kids and I really want to learn from the Hernandez family. I know yung feeling na, oh nga ba, teenager, pwede ba talagang i-homeschool ito? And Joey and BJ will give us light and also their kids, Anika and Josh. Kumbaga, this will be a family event and how God really transformed their journey through homeschooling or one of the factors that God has used so that their, family will be more closer together. So, siguro later kukwento namin kung paano kami nagkakilala pero ayoko nang ubusin yung time because it's really precious. Alam kong madami silang makakwento. Okay, without further ado, I just want to call BG and Joey Hernandez. Hello!
Hi. So nice to be here.
Hello! Thank you ha. I know, nako, ang dami nyo na rin natutulungan ng mga homeschoolers. But, I believe na in this platform of mine, syempre, iba rin naman mga audience nyo dito. But I'm so excited for what you're gonna share tonight. I'm just gonna say hi to the others. If you can see it in your comments as well. Says you, hello, Teacher Floor. Hello from DepEd, from Ana Angelic Lim. Hello, Del Segundo. Hi, Ann. Si Del lagi nandito eh. Maraming salamat sa iyong suporta. Okay. So, siguro para makilala nila kayo, no? Nang malalim daw. So, how did you go about with homeschooling? Paano niyo siya na-discover? Siguro, magbigay kayo ng little background from kung sino kayo and everything that stuff. Kung paano kayo napunta doon sa journey niyo sa homeschooling.
Yeah, okay. Well, we both are working in the advertising industry, so pareho kaming busy people. But we started our homeschool journey in 2006 when Joshua, that time, was incoming grade 4. So he is really he's a reader, and we felt that one of our friends, the childhood development practitioner, advised us to explore homeschooling. So ganun lang siya nagsimula. Yeah. So you want to share something about yourself, what you do?
Yeah. I'm BG. Baka na magkakapalit. Yeah. That's always done. But homeschool was strange and something mysterious. And we just we were just bold enough to try it out years ago, and until today we've been homeschooling.
Yeah. So, BJ and Joey, tuloy-tuloy ba yung homeschooling journey nyo? Like, every year ba o nag-pause kayo? Paano yung setup?
With Joshua, I believe 2 to 3 years, 4, 5, 6. And then when he was in grade 6, we felt that going back to big school, we felt that the goals, kasi one of the keys sa Novi as a family, we had goals. Like for grade, when we started with Joshua, our goal was really to prepare him for high school and college by investing 2 to 3 years in building his character, teaching him at home. So by the time that he was grade 6, we felt that maybe let's see if how he'd fare in big school. So that's the time that we try to put him in big school in Zobel. Oo. So at first, kinabahan kami kasi they weren't open in, usually the big schools are not open that time, mga 2009, ganyan, to accepting homeschoolers kasi it's totally new. Talagang konti pa lang mga nag-homeschool. But when Joshua took the exams, and I think one mistake lang yata siya, we had our interview with the admission officer parang almost an hour because they were asking us, ano materials yung mga ginagamit ninyo? Bakit halos na perfect ng anak ninyo? So we shared with them our homeschool journey, what materials we use, how we did it. So yun yung kay Joshua. So high school, big school na si Joshua. So for a long time, we weren't homeschooling any of our kids. Each kid kasi is different. So different strokes for different folks. So Joshua is the type who can sit down and listen while our second child, Anika, yung gap nila 8 years. So yung our second child, Anika, she loves people. She loves being surrounded by people. So we homeschooled her when she was nursery and kinder. But by the time prep and incoming grade 1, she told us mismo she wants to go to the big school. So we enrolled her in a progressive school. We were blessed to partner with a progressive school here near our house. So she bloomed, she flourished, and then that school hanggang grade 6 lang sila. So we moved her to a bigger school, which is Zobel, De La Salle Zobel, in Alabang. And by the time that she was incoming grade 10, our family was in a transition that time because that was a time that we were exploring possibilities of even moving to another country. So that was about 2 years ago. So may mga transitions in our family in terms of career and all of that. So as a family, we decided to homeschool, and Annika was open about it. And it was supposed to be just 1 year. Pero yung 1 year na yon, naging 2 years, and this year looks like we're gonna be extending it for to another 2 more years. With what's happening and all of that. So, in a nutshell, that's how we are in why we're here in homeschooling.
Okay. I like lang what you said, yung your journey, no? Hindi yung kasi usually mindset ng homeschool. When nag-homeschool ako sa start, dapat tuloy-tuloy na yan, non-stop. But ang galing lang kasi you honor your pace and you honor your season. And most especially, you honor the pace of your child and you always include and value what they wanted. Kumbaga, minute nyo yung needs ng anak nyo rather than, ito dapat gawin mo, ito dapat ang plano mo sa buhay. Which, this is, my question is gonna arise, di ba, teenagers, no? And the connotation would be it's really a challenge. They have their own minds. No? Paano ba yan? Para bang, kung meron akong, if some of the, viewers would ask, no, Vi, parang huli na ata ang lahat. Di ko ata kaya mag-homeschool ng teenagers. Meron ba talagang pag-asa?
Natawa ako dun sa question mo kasi kasi 2 years ago, it was summer. We have been thinking of homeschooling, pero hindi pa talaga namin solid yung plan. But when, on the day that we were gonna enroll Anika, she sat us down. And then, with tears, she was saying, Ma, can you homeschool me this year? So, that was a confirmation kasi siya yung mismong, she verbalized it. Although we've been talking about it, she knows that it's an option anytime, just in case that BG's job might require him to go to another country or all of that. So when she said that, Novi, ako yata yung naiyak. kasi I had other plans that year. So parang hindi ako sure. And incoming grade 9, sabi ko, hindi ko alam kung naaalala ko pa yung mga chemistry ko, yung all of that. So Joshua, Joshua was grade 4, 5, 6 eh. So kaya ko pang sagutin yung mga questions. So sa high school, that was also my question, and it's a valid and real question. Kaya pa ba nito? So we thought it's gonna be harder, and we were blessed because we had a homeschool provider partner who guided us. And eventually, nakuha ko namin din yung parang we were able to develop um, a system, if you can call that. And key is openness. Like, unlike a lot of people think that homeschooling is putting the traditional school system sa bahay or the homeschool system. It's if you do that, it's really not gonna work. So the reason why you are doing homeschooling is it is parent led, and of course, as a family, you have a vision. So with Anika, from the start, it helped that yun, key talaga communication. We BG and I sat down our children and we told them that our vision and our goal for the year, while academics definitely is very important, but our priority that year, the first year namin nag-homeschool kami kay Anika, was um, our priority was really more of a heart thing, and to prepare them for, nakita namin kasi ibang-iba yung time ni Joshua when we were homeschooling him. Iba na talaga yung panahon ngayon. So with Anika, we said, how may we prepare Anika for the future? 2 years ago, we already saw that the educational landscape is fast changing. Everything is digital. Nakita talaga na namin. Kaya we were talagang change of mindset. We told each other that we have to be open to the digital technology, and we said that to prepare Anika for the future, I think key dyan is, life skills, and then heart issues, heart set, and then important rin, really going back and strengthening the family values that we want to impart on our children, and also the character. Kasi talagang yun yung we feel that that would be the best way to prepare them. Everything that na kailangan nating alamin kasi, Novi, pwede na natin talagang i-Google. Lahat halos
Yeah.
knowledge and all of that. Though academics, as what I said, plays a very important role to equipping them, preparing them for the future. But equally, or for our family, more important is talagang internal.
Well, yun nga no, kinukuwento mo, ibang-iba talaga yung nangyaring experience kay Josh kaysa kay Anika. Kasi medyo malaki na, tapos now you're gonna decide. So, homeschooling teens is really different with homeschooling younger students, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kasi, baga we're grooming them to be adults and crave more for that control and independence.
Mhm.
So, yet, I do believe they still need accountability.
Yes, definitely.
So, yeah, if I may ask, how do you give them control of their environment, especially their learning environment? Do you do that? How does
Yes.
it look like in a day?
Mm-mm. Okay, in our setup, BJ is the principal. So,
Wow!
lahat
Mukhang very calm principal yan.
ng funding. So, we're glad because as the dad, pag medyo nag-iiyakan na kami ni Anika, siya na yung taga-referee namin. But, well, it's important, yun nga, like what I said, we set the goals, and once that's clear, with Anika, I'll be honest, the first semester we tried putting so much structure, And knowing hindi siya nag-work, lagi kami nag-aaway. But the following quarter and semesters, ang ginawa ko, and I felt that that was, at least in our family, mas naging effective. It was, I became a facilitator of her learning journey. We sat down. She told me, "Ma, this is how I envision also my learning experience." So she shared, and she said that I want to dedicate, 2 to 3 hours or X amount of hours studying, but in the afternoon I want to have more free time to do, things that I love and all of that. So we were open, tapos trial and error until we were able to parang get the right timpla in our learning journey. So what worked for us, kay Joshua kasi grade 4, 5, 6, talagang ikaw yung teacher eh. Turo ka,
Yeah.
talagang talaga sobrang close, close yung um, close kami ni Joshua, talagang halos talagang nandoon pa talaga all the time. With Anika, with teenagers, facilitator ka lang, mommy or daddy. You
Tama.
facilitate the learning journey kasi adult ni. So more or less,
Tama.
the way already of they know kung paano sila makakatuto. Tapos, like for Anika, I thought, since teenager, baka gusto niya lahat online. She told me, "Ma, I don't like, I still want that tangible textbook. I learn, I think mas effective daw sa kanya yun, to learn." So, siya talaga real books. She didn't like learning from an online homeschool program. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to add something, BG?
Yeah. At first, when we decided to homeschool Anika, the it's really the preparing the environment. At first, puro ang iniisip lang namin academics, and we kind of like sometimes we would overdo it kasi nga we're like we were very curious whether tama ba tong ginagawa namin, because nga it's in the house, no? We don't know what's happening in school. But we, in just a few months, we realized that kasi the first few months talagang it was the adjusting period was it was a challenge for the principal and the facilitator.
Kasi I tried to do how I did things before with Josh. How I homeschooled Josh. Yung una kala ko ganun. So, after a SEM, na-realize namin, no, I cannot apply how I did things before with Josh.
One example was for the first SEM, our daughter, si Anika, who, just woke up super late. Late as in 11. She'd wake up 11, and then...
And that's not her.
Yeah, that's not her. She usually wakes up at 5. 5, she's already studying. So we were curious, bakit ang laki ng change? Was it we were trying to learn from her yung mga hindi niya sinasabi, yung mga hidden things that she wanted to say but she couldn't verbalize it. And we found out that in her learning journey in big school, she was really totally burned out. And adjusting to a system in homeschool, if we were to be very strict and demanded a structure and time, she would actually repel, and she did. She did not like too much structure because na parang siyang nasasakal. So we kind of like sensed it and just let her rest, let her adjust. And siguro after a few weeks, several weeks, something just clicked. And now she, the rhythm was there, and then the homeschool journey, the learning was smoother and less intervention na by the principal, and lesser intervention na rin, from Joey. And Anika started to really bloom now. So But she's very, she's very driven. So yun. So just
Oo,
wanted to say that.
kinabahan kami noon kasi nga she achiever talaga siya. But the time that she, her last school year in the big school, um, she became grade conscious, super super driven talaga na bata. Of course, as parents, who wouldn't be proud? But when we were schooling her, now that we're homeschooling her, we were able to align the motivation why she'd want high grades, or why she wants to be the top all the time. So, yung mga ganun na values, kasi pwede ka namang, of course, you want excellence, you want to lead and all of that. But at the end of the day, what is your motivation in doing that? So, those things. So, at
Yeah.
least yung mga ganun na correct namin. And then, yun nga, just like what DJ mentioned, we realized that he was so burnout at that age, competing with the rest of her classmates and the batch, no. Kasi nandun yung, to compete, to compete, to compete. So the first few months na talaga tulog lang siya na tulog, kinabahan kami, but we felt that that's part of the healing, and that's part of her healing journey. And by the time that she was able to rest, pinag-rest lang talaga namin, Novi. As in 11 o'clock. And I can say that the first few months namin of adjusting and seeing what will work, um, one of the things that, at least to parents, no, and even as a family, pinag-usapan namin to, one of the things that really, I think, key in the learning journey of our daughter is mas mas yung meaningful conversations with each other, yung heart-to-heart talks namin, yung outside the homeschooling, yung nagme-merienda kayo, kumakain kayo, and then we're talking about, how was your day, how's the experience, and more of that. Talking about what's in her heart and what's in my heart. And after months of doing that, naging mas smooth yung later part ng first year namin. So last year, for grade 10, it was, of course, meron pa rin challenges, but I can say that it was a breeze, mas madali siya. In fact, we were able to finish our homeschooling last year ng, I think, 3 months in advance. Kasi, open na rin yung heart niya. Open na rin yung heart niya to homeschooling and all of that. The first year, she missed her friends, which maybe later she can share. Na-miss niya talaga yung friends niya and all of that. But we told her that, you know what, in homeschooling, if our schedule permits it, you can come with us, travel with us. So the world is your classroom. So she enjoyed, because second year pa last year, parang last year yata yun, I think we traveled several times, and abroad and here locally. So she was able to tag along. Like kunyari, nung pumunta kami ng Singapore, so while we were in the conference, she went to the museums and biked around the city. And after 2-3 hours, we met up with her for merienda, and she was able to tell us what she learned and all of that. So, and she met new friends, new people from all walks in life and all ages. So, nakita niya na yon yung I think it's also good that for teenagers to be immersed to the real world, kasi yun na yung magiging world nila after school, after college. So she was able to meet people who are real practitioners out there. And this last 2 years of being open curriculum kasi kami. By now, while as parents, we're both in business. We were thinking sana mag-ABM track siya. But because she's so exposed, clear sa kanya what track she wants. Of course, we're guiding her, but mas nakikita namin yung, pag nag-homeschool kayo, makikita niyo talaga yung inclination ng bata. So when she told us the track that she wants, ako, as the lead facilitator ng homeschooling, I agree. So yeah, that's the joys and challenges of homeschooling.
Nakakatuwa lang yung rhythm ng journey niyo, no? Kasi I believe yung kanina yung kinukuwento mo na nagkaroon siya ng inner motivation because she was healed first. Kumbaga, she was able to see, because teenagers, one of the greatest factor that I notice is really the identity. Who they are. What can they contribute. Siyempre kasi tayo bilang mga magulang, ano na yun medyo defined na. Pero sila, they're still searching, di ba? Who they are, what is their purpose, ano ba yung pwede kong mabigay sa mundo. Okay? And I'm so glad that you've shared that you allow them to even choose the kind of track, di ba? Kasi, kumbaga, you were able to trust her on how to go about. Kasi yun yung communication, Luna, di ba? Tayo parang, pag meron tayong sinuggest, lalo sa mga teenagers, di ba? Parang, uy, dapat ito kasi nakikita kita ng gato. Yun na nakikita mo, sila. Iba di ba? So we need sometimes to really study their language, study kung paano sila mag-isip, at saan din sila nang gagaling. Di ba? So thank you for sharing that. Actually, excited na silang makilala si Josh and Anika. So maybe, so to give you lang ang background, no? So bago ko sila tawagin, kami ni Joey, we came a long, long way. There was a time that I was pregnant with am I pregnant at that time? No, pareho tayo nagkasakit the same year. One of the journeys that we had. And I had brain edema, and Joey had, can you share that? Hindi ko alam yung specific na nangyari sa'yo Kasi I know that's also part of your healing.
Oo, I think ako yung nauna. I had, mine was in February 2005. So I had AVM, a neurovenous malformation. So in a nutshell, para siyang aneurysm, parang siyang stroke, no? So I was bleeding in 3 areas of my brain, and I had an open surgery. So I thought hindi na ako makakapagsalita because the first 2-3 months I couldn't really speak. And months after that, I learned about you.
Yeah.
And, I told BG kahit na medyo parang recovering pa lang ako, but I could speak na, but I was still siguro baka ano pa ako noon. I told BG, I want to visit Novi. I want to be able to pray for her because I received healing and I want to impart that healing. So, yeah. Destiny.
Yeah, nakakatuwa lang kasi we're talking about that because Anika is also the fruit of that, and Destiny is the fruit, my fruit on that end. Kumbaga yung journey natin at that time na parang, to think na damage na yung brain natin, makakapagturo pa ba tayo? And then, ito sila ngayon, nag-embark, di ba? God has given us the grace. At posible, at nangyayari.
Posible.
Oo, nakakatuwa lang, no? That's why, that testimony na with this pandemic that's been happening right now, maybe there are some parents there na they're having a hard time connecting with their teenagers. Okay? And ano ba yung dapat, di ba? Yung how they're gonna go about with that. Yun yung question. That's why they're here. They're gonna listen to you guys. And I'm so excited sa mga prutas na i-introduce natin ngayon. Which is si Josh and Anika. Josh and Anika Hernandez, hello.
Hi, hello.
Hi. Thank you. Kayo ba mahilig din kayo mag-TikTok?
Si Anika yan.
Hala, hindi. Nope.
Kaya mahilig si Anika mag-TikTok.
Ako,
I'm just I'm just a viewer lang.
Ako, hindi po ako.
Hindi ka mahilig sa TikTok. So, nakakatuwa lang din kasi like, Josh, you were homeschooled in the early years. Ngayon, what are you doing now? Can you just give them a background?
So I was homeschooled for about 2 to 3 years, from I think grade 3 to um, yeah, 2 to 3 years, about grade 3 to grade 5. Yeah. And then I went to school in LaSalle, one of the LaSalle schools here in the South. And then after that, I went to college. I betrayed my colors. I moved to the blue school in Katipunan. And then so yun, best of both worlds. And then right now I am currently doing business. I'm helping my parents right now for the family business. I'm into communications, media, marketing, and I also have a small mini grocer business that I am growing. So that's those are just some of the things that I'm doing right now. And yeah.
So, with this homeschooling, no, as a topic right now, um, I'm sure you remember your 3 years. What are the good memories that you have then at that time? So, when your parents decided you to bring you to conventional school, hindi ka man nagtaka. What is your journey there?
For me, when my parents talked me through going to homeschool, at first it was it was quite a surprise for me kasi I'm a very extroverted and people person. So I'd like to have my friends around and to be in an environment na I'm not used to having my friends around. It's a big shift for me at such a young age. Pero just I'm happy and I was glad that my parents were able to help me process lang the homeschool journey would be an exciting one. There will definitely be bumps along the way, but what made it more enjoyable was that I wasn't alone in the journey. I was with my parents, and what I also liked about the homeschool journey was that yung connections ko sa mga friends ko weren't severed naman. I was able to visit my yung friends ko nung regular school pa ako. So I'm actually looking back, no, now that I'm an adult. Looking back, I'm really I'm really grateful to my parents for walking me through the homeschool journey. Iba kasi talaga if iba kasi talaga if um you're in an environment na you're with your family talaga, and they can really impart to you and really mentor you on the values and the life skills that you will need in the future. And I'm looking back, I probably wouldn't have understood what those values and skills are, but now today, no, I'm really thankful that I'm able to okay, I understand what si mama was trying to tell me. I understand what my dad was saying to me those at that time. So it was definitely it was definitely an experience that I could say that I'm truly grateful for.
Because in that 3 years, no. So, how did you transition when you went conventional school? How did you do that?
Um, it was siguro for the transition from homeschool to conventional school. I think it was pretty naman. I'd like to believe that it was smooth. Kasi during my homeschool program, we had extracurricular activities na I was able to interact with other people to uh, sort of promote social interaction kasi it's it's different when you're at home alone and then you're studying versus na you really get to interact with different people from different backgrounds and so on. So it wasn't it wasn't so much of parang culture shock for me. It was pretty smooth naman. I was able to make friends um, later on. It took a siguro ano the thing lang that the thing that was a bit of a setback for me moving back into conventional school was the was the yung time yung 8 to 4 kasi
Yun.
I remember in homeschool I had a set time naman. I would wake up siguro mga 8 o'clock, and then my homeschool would start at 9. And then usually I'd finish by 12. So the rest of the day, I can channel that remaining energy into something else. Like for example, read a book or go outside and run or do sports. But within the going back lang to conventional school, it's the 8 a.m.
Yeah.
The usual 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. But ano naman, I was able to adjust properly. I was able to get back into the groove of having a regular schedule. So yeah, those were the things lang that I went through going back into regular school.
Ilan years ang gap niyo ni ano, ni ni Anika? Anika, how many years are your gap?
Eight.
Oh,
Eight.
8 years. So, ang laki din, no? Ang laki din on that end. But now siguro we're gonna focus on Anika, no? Anika, so how is it? Do you love the decision of doing homeschool? Why?
All right. So,
The mommy, oh.
all right, all right, all right. So that's an interesting question because it's so easy because now that I'm being homeschooled, it's very easy for me to say like, oh yes, I like it. But so here's an interesting story. When I first started homeschool, I remember it as clear as like it was just yesterday. We were in a cafe and I like to draw. So I went with my parents to this cafe because they had a meeting. And so I was just there in the corner. I was drawing. And suddenly, like once it was done, they called me over. And out of nowhere, they gave me like this like look and I was like, what's happening? And then suddenly they said, Anika, I think that we might homeschool you this year. And I'm not trying to exaggerate, but in less than 5 seconds, um, I was crying, like there were tears in my eyes, because at that time I had so many plans for regular school, and there were so many things that I wanted to do. But syempre, I knew that if I went homeschool, uh, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I was kind of like panicking. I was like, homeschool, like, uh, okay. Like I didn't at first. I didn't really want to, but I just said okay. I said, oh, I told my parents, okay, whatever you guys want. I'll try, I guess. I was not really sure about it when I first started, as a lot of people are when they first start. So, like my mom mentioned, the first year was really a struggle because, yeah, she already mentioned how I was very competitive. I love people, and at that time, I was really enjoying school. Um, but I knew that there was something like wrong. Like I knew there was something wrong about what I was doing in terms of wanting to achieve excellence. Because when I was a kid, even when I was in elementary school, I always strived naman for excellence, but it wasn't something no that I ever felt pressured to do. like doing good, parang ganon. But towards the last year that I was in big school, conventional school, towards last year, I felt like I was pressuring myself to be able to rank higher in the school ranks, get the best grades I can, which is good. But I knew in my heart that the motivations weren't just because I wanted to do good and I just wanted to do my best. Like there were other motivations. So when I went into homeschool, these things were really challenged, and these things were really um, put to the surface because homeschool is a very different thing. And at first, it was really tough. And I can say that the first 2 quarters were really like they weren't so bad, but they were like it. I needed some adjustment period. Um, through many through many talks with my mom and my dad and even my brother, I was able to really go on this journey of self discovery because I knew that there was something that I was looking for about myself that I couldn't find. So and I was just searching. So through their support and their understanding and really just talking, it took a while. Eventually, I was able to learn more things about myself, find out the reasons why I was the way that I was, and discover new things about myself, both good and both not so good. But it was really essential and detrimental to growing as a person. I can really say that the best thing that homeschool has done for me was not like for the academic sides, because honestly, I wasn't very challenged. I mean, it wasn't so hard for me to um, get into the academic side of homeschooling because I like studying and I always like to do my best. But what homeschool has really given me and has what homeschool has really taught me um, was really about myself and really yeah, I was able to just find out what was in my heart. So as time went on, in the second year, I was I was beginning to become much better in terms of mental health and in my inward journey. Um, so during the second year, things were much more of a breeze because I was getting the hang of how to do all of that. And what's funny is I was able to breeze through my second year of homeschool, not even because I was rushing or what. I just somehow, I was in my second year, I was really motivated to finish and do a good job. Because in my first year, I have to admit to you guys, because I was tired and something in me was just exhausted from my experience in big school, I kind of slacked off a little in the first year. I mean, I didn't do bad, but I knew that I wasn't exerting my 100%. So in the second year, I was really more motivated. I was like, okay, um, I really want to do my best. So in the second year, I was even able to finish the whole year in only 3 months, which gave me
Wow.
so much time. Yeah, it gave me so much time for the things that I really enjoy, and it helped make time for discovering what I really want to do and my inclinations and seeing which one of my hobbies is something that I really want to pursue in the future. So, because I was done with my academics, I had much more time to do these things. One of those things was writing. Um, Actually, I had always loved to tell stories. And because I had so much time on my hands, I was able to write more. I also like drawing, so I was able to draw more and all of that. And I almost forgot a very crucial part of this, which is I think this is the last thing I'll touch upon, is the social aspect. At first, I really, like my parents mentioned, I really did miss my friends from regular school. And syempre, because you're in the house, you don't really get to meet new people, right? Because it's just you're just here with your family, your dog. So in terms of social network, there's not many people to go to. So it was very important for me to be in touch with my friends and talk to them, my friends from my old school. The thing is, sometimes the schedules don't match. They get busy with exams, and like when they bring up conversations, syempre, to talk about school, diba? Since I'm at home, I don't get to experience those experiences. So oftentimes I'll feel left out or don't know what's going on. But I just pushed through and said, okay lang yan kasi I understand the man. But what was really important for me was to find my own tribe. And luckily, because my homeschool provider has some events for homeschoolers. And through those events, I was able to meet this community of other homeschoolers that are my age, that are in my grade, my age, maybe a little younger, maybe a little older, but we're all like teenagers, high schoolers that are homeschooled. And they're called Hyanite. And through that community, that's where I met a lot of new people. I attended in my first year of homeschool. I attended a camp somewhere in Rizal, somewhere Rizal Convention, basta, the recreation center, and there I was able to really meet more homeschoolers. And looking back, I'm really thankful for those experiences kasi iba eh. Like, sure, of course, keeping in touch with your friends from your old school is okay. It's important, and it's totally fine. But it's just your experiences are different from theirs as a homeschooler and as somebody from a conventional school. So for me, I was really thankful to find people that were going through the same journey that I was going through, because one of my greatest concerns and one of the things I struggled with in my first year was that I felt really alone and lonely because I was the only one in my friend group that had transferred schools that time. So imagine all your friends are there in another place and you're the only one that left, diba? So yeah, when I met those people, life just became so much more bearable. I met so many good friends that until now, like I'm really thankful to have them in my life because we go through the same things and we support each other. So, ayun, I was able to even start a band, things like that. So, in the social aspect, I just had to find a balance between keeping in touch with people from the past, but also making new friends and new experiences. So there in that picture, yeah, those are my bandmates. We met. Those guys are all homeschoolers, and yeah, that was one of the really fun things that I was able to do in my homeschool experience. So with the question, do you like homeschooling? Anika, when people ask me like, Anika, do you like homeschooling? My
Yeah.
answer to that, or like, do you hate like regular school na? Like, what's your stance on this? For me, I am very glad to have gone to conventional school, but I'm also very glad to have done homeschool because both of those things really helped to shape my character. There were some things in that I learned from conventional school that I didn't learn in homeschool, but are very helpful to me now. But in homeschool, I was really able to take those things and really dig down deep in my heart to really understand those things better, to understand myself better. And for that, I will be always grateful that my parents decided to homeschool me. So,
Wow.
Sulit
I'm
na,
speechless.
Gobi, sulit.
Grabe, grabe. I'm speechless. Nakakatuwa naman tong dalawang anak mo, no? Ay, nakita ko lang how the seed was really planted in them and now nakikita mo na yung prutas at alam ko ang dami-dami yung pinagdaanan bago yan. Pero nakakatuwa lang yun, ano? Na makita mo on how their views, their beliefs, and how the process of discovering themselves and how they embrace the process. And ngayon ko lang narinig yung answer na yon, Anika ha, na like, my question is, do you like homeschooling? Pero in-honor mo pa rin yung conventional school. And I thank you for that. That is a very wise decision that you said. And which is, I'm sure Josh will also agree with you on that level. Kasi, kumbaga nga, both words nakuha nyo. And you decided
yeah, yeah.
according to the journey and the pace of your family. Not because everybody's doing it. Alam mo yon, you don't go to that norm, but it's a decision as a Hernandez family that you decided that because you believe that. And partly of that belief and your values is yun yung healing na nangyari sa inyo bilang pamilya. Now, siguro, ang dami kong question kasi, well, Joey,
Go lang.
what is a challenge, no? Siguro mag-answer din to. Siyempre, the connection between communicating teenager and you guys, no, as parents, like me as a parent communicating with a teenager. What is the challenge on how to communicate with them?
Well, at first, ngayon kasi much easier since we've been together for 2 years, no? But at first, nahirapan ako kasi talagang I had no clue what was on her mind. And I felt like, talagang nangapa kung paano. I felt that, alam mo yun, I wanted to be a cool mom, but I know that I have to also set a structure and, what I had in mind was, I was seeing that I have 2 to 4 years with Anika before, who knows kung saan siya magka-college. So, but I tried, but I think what worked is just like what I said earlier, is being true to myself, being my authentic self, and being true to her, and then treating her like an adult and saying things from the heart. And I was just open with her and sincerely when I was, one of the things that I noticed that na-appreciate nila Novi is when you're with them and when you're talking to them, well, I think kahit naman sino siguro, that
Oo.
you're there with them 100%. Like when you're talking, walang cellphone, you're there present right now with them. Kumbaga wala sa work, wala sa client mo natatawag, walang ganyan. You're really with them 100%. So, and that led to a lot of meaningful conversations. And I'm blessed because I was able to get to know her better and really listen and see kung ano talaga nasa heart niya. That was able to, I think those conversations were able to produce yung second year namin that hindi lang naman siya na-breeze na parang super dali. But since her heart is open and my heart was open, pero namin na-embrace yung season namin about homeschooling, yung learning talagang na lang parang mas nag-flow siya and then I trusted her and she trusted me more. So alam mo yun, so may open communication and we had fun. It was, really enjoyed each other.
I think also
Yeah.
the conversation developed into a teacher student. It developed into just being friends,
Yeah.
no? And it's great to just see them both just parang talagang good friends and enjoying the moment. So yeah, no?
I'll share something with parents, no, who are either thinking of homeschooling this year or medyo na overwhelmed kasi maybe they're still in a big school and then distance learning. So one of the fears ko when we started homeschooling again was yung subject na chemistry. Sabi ko nga, pero hindi ko na alam kung maalala ko pa tong chemistry na to. But anyway, so I was facilitating her. I remember there's one chapter, hindi ko na maalala kung alin yun. Basta there was one chapter ng third quarter na hindi ko talaga, ginugol ko na lahat, nag-advanced studying na, hindi ko talaga rin siya maintindihan. And then, I told Anika, I don't know the answer to your question. So, basahin natin together. So, we read it together, pero hindi masagot-sagutan. And then, tinanong ko siya, sabi ko, ano bang career path natin pag nagtrabaho ka na? So, I knew that she was into the creatives. So, sabi ko, anak, hindi ka naman magdodoktor, hindi ka naman magiging ano. So, sa medical or whatever, sa sciences, sabi ko, gusto mo skip na natin yung chapter na to. So, we skip that chapter. Parents who are like me, medyo kinakabahan na kasi gusto rin natin to be the best. So,
Oo nga.
relax. So, dyan papasok yung grace talaga ni Lord sa atin. So, yung wisdom doon, yun ang nag-click sa akin. So, isang linggo na natin tong hindi natin masagot. And then, we skipped it. Actually, tinawagan ko pa yung advisor niya. So she agreed. Sabi ko, can we skip this? Sabi niya, opo, Mrs. Hernandez, skip niyo na po yan. Yung po talagang, it's just move on. And so there will be times like that. You don't have to be a perfect mom or dad, or it doesn't, or a perfect homeschooling family or a perfect homeschooler student. Don't sweat it out. Move on kung talaga meron. Yun. So there are times talaga we learned how to be more forgiving. Naka-relax kami. Then, mas, open yung learning. So, kung kinakabahan kayo, okay na po. Okay na mag-skip ng isang, talaga hindi masagutan.
Nakakatawa kasi appear tayo dyan. Pero kung ang break mo, tumatawag ka pa sa advisor, ako talaga hindi ako tumatawag. Hindi ko talaga hindi maintindihan. Pero, totoo yun kasi through the years now, 15 years of homeschooling, may mga bagay, bakit nga pinapahirapan ko yung sarili ko? Hindi naman yun yung calling ng anak ko, pero, di ba, just because of the feeling of you want to be, satisfied, ay may natapos ako, tinapos namin. Pero it's not about that. It's not really about that. But my question now is with the kids, no? How are you naman communicating to your parents? Is there a challenge or paano na-improve yun?
Koi, you wanna start first?
No, you start.
Sige.
Naman.
Yeah, para you have the ball rolling.
Sige.
Copy-paste na lang ako.
Grabe yun. Communicating with my parents. Honestly, at first, like I knew naman I could talk to them about things, but syempre, as a kid, I think all kids naman feel like sometimes there are just things that you can't seem to tell your parents, and sometimes you have the concern na parang baka di nila ako maiintindihan, or they might not take me seriously, or parang compared to them, like my struggles are so like elementary, diba? Like, ang dami na nilang stuff na ginagawa. But I think one of the things that really helped me to open up to my mom and my dad was that they were always very understanding, and they took me seriously no matter what I was talking to them about. Kahit medyo sabaw moments, they still gave me their attention and really listened to what I had to say, helped me to just guided me on the things that I was talking to them about. Kasi there were a lot of times where I had questions about myself, like because I didn't know where to go with some of the things about myself. So I asked them, and sometimes these talks would result in me really having this whole like breakdown, kasi like to me like it was a very serious thing, and I needed answers that um I couldn't come up with. So I talked to them, and what helped me to get to that point was just really my mom and my dad just listening and um just giving me the understanding that I needed at that time. So ayun, because I saw that they weren't like belittling my problems and my struggles. I was able to talk to them about more things and be more honest with them, because they assured me, one of the things that was important was that they assured me that I could be honest with them about anything, and that they would listen to me and try to understand kahit minsan medyo mahirap mag-understand. They promised me that I could just be honest and that this was a safe zone. So that really helped me to have
That's
a good
good.
communication with my
Yeah, that's good.
parents.
How about you, Josh? Thank you, Anika.
Ayun. So, if for Anika, it's communication. Also me, no. Sabi ko kanina, copy-paste di ba? Hindi. For me, for me, trust was a really, really big, thing while I was doing homeschool. Kasi, um, not only trusting in one another with me and my parents, but also trusting in yourself that you're able to accomplish the things that you need to do, accomplish the things you need to do with, and also the given time, and also trusting in the process. um, that's actually a very important life skill that I picked up from homeschool, is to um, really trust the process, and just enjoy the ride. Kasi what it's really for homeschool, when you're within a close proximity with your parents, you have direct, you have even more access when it comes to mentoring, impartation. Kumbaga, it's not anymore just limited to the curriculum anymore, but ano talaga yung mga important, what are really the bigger lessons in life that that you can carry on when you're older. So I think that, just having that trust, just having that level of trust was really a big thing for me in homeschool. And I was able also to I was really also able to um, take it with me through going back to conventional school and even in college. So yeah, that's
That's
one.
good.
It's just yeah.
Okay. Okay, Josh and Anika, ito mabilis lang na answer. Okay. If you were given an opportunity that you're gonna be both of your adults and you have your own families, would you homeschool? Would you considering would you
I'm just watching
homeschool your
Anika.
kids?
Kuya, first, I'm waiting for your answer because you're the one who's talking.
Yeah. For me, I would definitely consider homeschooling. Um, it's definitely it will the definitely the landscape of education will be very different in the
Yeah,
future.
I
But
agree.
I still would want to I'd still want to um, I'd still want to have the same level of, as I was saying kanina, trust with my kids. Yeah.
Aww.
Oh,
Anika. Practice lang, practice. Hindi pa
Practice lang,
Joey BG, wala pa doon. Practice lang, okay.
practice lang naman. So yeah, I'm definitely considering homeschool in the for the future.
Yeah. How about Anika?
For me, I
Medyo?
think yes. I actually like teaching people, so I think that
Oh,
I wouldn't be like struggling so much to homeschool my kids in the future. I think that um, I would really want to be close to my kids, and this is really one of the ways to do that. I want to make sure that they grow up knowing who they are, and I think that this is one of the
wow.
avenues that I can really I'll be able to do that and achieve that. So what I'm excited for is because we live in a fast changing environment where technology is rapidly improving. I'm sure there will be a lot of resources, and by that time I think that homeschooling will be so much more, like there will be so many more creative ways to go about your homeschooling. So yeah, that's what I'm excited for, and so we'll see, but yes, I am definitely considering for that part of my life.
Thank you so much, sobra. Gusto ko pa more, kaya lang nag 1 hour na tayo. Siguro last word from BG and Joey. Siguro especially to the parents na tingin nila ay hindi sila makaka-homeschool ng teenagers. Siguro, yeah, on that end. Last words from you, BG and
Yeah,
Joey.
thank you, Novi and our homeschool team for having us. And to parents out there, ang ganda ng paano binuksan ni Novi yung you don't have to be like us, but we hope that you were inspired at least to be more open about homeschooling, that it is possible. Like, we're both practitioners. We have, pareho kaming working parents. So, but it is possible. There's a cost to it. Um, but time, hindi lang but time and all of that. But, it is one of the best things, best investment. And ito na talaga yung for our children, and for homeschooling your teens, one of the best time to homeschool, prime years, investing time, imparting, tsaka mentoring na. Parang, ang sarap na din nakausap kasama. Best time to homeschool.
Okay, that's good. BG, you want to add with that?
copy paste na.
Nako, talagang linggo na yan ng mga bata. But I want lang last words for Anika and Josh. What can you advise as parents or maybe teenagers?
Kuya.
Other side, I pointed. Sige, I'll go muna. Definitely consider homeschooling. You won't regret it. It's an exciting time to do it. And my encouragement is to really just trust and just trust that what you're doing is a good investment for your children and for the future. So those are my 2 cents.
How about your kid, the kids, the teenagers? You're gonna say something to the teenagers?
Oh yes, for teenagers, don't be afraid to try it out. Definitely, there's a lot of shifts that are happening now, but also be open to new ways of learning, and don't worry. There will always be avenues for social interaction with your friends, but also take this time more than the learning. Take this time to enjoy with your family, with your parents, and it's also a good time also to it's also a good um, it's also a good time to just pause and work on other life skills that you will definitely need in the future.
Okay. Thank you, Josh. Thank you. Anika.
My message to uh, both parents and children and kids and teens who want to homeschool, to you guys, I say go for it. Homeschooling is a great thing, but let me just tell you, it is not an easy thing. The thing is, it may not be easy, and there will be times that you guys will experience some downs, but it is not impossible. And I can assure you that this is like what my brother said, no copy paste. It's a great investment. um, I think that it is one of the best decisions that you can give to your child, to just really have time with them. Um, and to the teenagers who are going to be homeschooled, you got this. You're not alone. And I promise you, there are like tons of other people that are going through the same thing as you. So don't worry too much about it. You will get your friends. And congratulations if you are homeschooling. Congratulations, because you have a lot of time to do the things you love. And I hope that you can you really use this time to discover things about yourself. And yeah, go for it, guys.
Thank you, Anika. Thank you for that encouragement. Alam mo, iba pa nagsasalita yung mga bata, no? Iba. Anyway, Joey, I usually don't do this, but I felt lang, is it okay if you can pray for the parents and the kids right now who's listening?
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Father, we thank you for this precious time with families all over the world, Father. Thank you, Lord God, for definitely this is a precious time that you have given us, calling families, calling everybody to go home and be with family. And we're planning to start homeschooling this time. Father, for those who are thinking, for those who are considering homeschooling their children, Father, thank you for the courage. Thank you, Lord God, that you're the one who will guide us every step of the way. I pray for um, provision in all areas of their lives. Thank you, Lord God, for providing already the time and opportunity to be with their children. Thank you, Father, for precious time that the parents will be able to use this opportunity to impart and mentor their children. We pray also for the teens out there. Father, we pray for an open hearts, Father, to embrace, Lord God, this shift that's happening right now. Even the parents, Father, that give us the courage to embrace this shift that's happening right now. Thank you for being with us. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Oh, thank you for blessing us with that prayer. Thank you so much, Hernandez family. Madami
Yeah.
akong natutunan, madami kami natutunan. Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much.
having
So,
us.
yeah, we'll see you in a while. I'm just gonna wrap this up. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow, sobra kong daming natutunan. Especially yung sinabi ni Anika na my parents, seriously listening to me, they're taking me seriously. Sometimes tayo mga magulang, no, minsan nasa ibang zone tayo, but yeah, our kids listen to us and that's really vital. That's really important. And no matter what, I just want to encourage you like Joey and saying and BJ saying, may pag-asa. Kahit po teenager, kahit ano pang level pa yan ng mga anak nyo, may pag-asa po. Kumbaga, whether your decision is not to homeschool or distance learning, may pag-asa po. Kasi po ang pinaka-importante po is yung relasyon natin sa mga anak natin. Kasi we didn't talk about curriculums, we didn't talk about what provider should be, this is the strategy. No, we didn't talk about that. But they just shared to us their experiences on how God transformed them. Kumbaga, mga pagkakamali nila and how they learn from it. Thank you so much, Hernandez family, for sharing your life. Okay, now just move on with our announcement. Thank you for just listening to us. Hazel, what are our announcements for today? Okay, this coming Friday po, so exciting because I'm gonna be with my friends. We're gonna talk about Better Together, why you need support group in homeschooling. Sobrang importante po yan with the Philippine Homeschool Association, which I'm part of. Siguro hindi mangyayari in 15 years kung walang support group. You need people in your lives, and we just want to discuss and how to do your own support group because this is vital in your homeschool journey. So please join us June 26, 8 p.m. Again, Facebook and YouTube live po kami sa iHomeschool PH. Better Together, why you need support group in homeschooling with the Philippine Homeschoolers Association Group. Okay, next. Okay, if you want to know more about homeschooling, money, and life skills, please join us, Raising Future Leaders, Values and Virtues in the World of Virus and Viruses. Please gather your family. This will be July 8 and 9 with Chinkitan, my husband, and Francis Kong. We'll be live, okay? So please, we're gonna put the link there later. Join us, July 8 and 9 po ito. Next. Okay, if you think we're giving you great contents, keep following us at iHomeschool PH, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you want instant messages, easily you can connect me with Viber iHomeschool PH. Doon po you can share your views or sharing that you have. And usually I put all the links that are free, mga DepEd legalities na mga news, nilalagay ko po dyan. So join our group as well. And also please, follow Hernandez in her Nourish Life PH. Okay, don't forget that sa kanya pong IG and Facebook. Nakalimutan ko sabihin. Follow that po. Nakakatuwa po. That po yung social media. Look at that. And also Jo's Instagram. I'm just kidding. Okay, follow him. Okay. Hazel, meron pa tayong announcement? Yeah, if you want to know more about homeschooling, you can get my book. The physical book is $750. Digital book is 500 pesos. So when you get my book, meron po akong free organizers, teachers organizers, and student organizer that can help you out as you start up. Okay, mga parents, may pag-asa po. Lagi lang po nating tatandaan, in homeschooling, relationship is more important than academics. Ako po si Novientan, ang inyong homeschool coach, and I homeschool. Bye! See you on Friday!